Berkshire Carousel project has entered the construction phase for the building that will house the carousel. The project started in 2006. Since that time, all the horses and chariots that will ride the carousel have been created by local volunteers. Most of these volunteers have never carved or painted before, and yet their work has captured a global audience of admirers. This is an architect's drawing of the building that will be built. The area in pink is phase 1 of the project and should be completed in early 2016. What is unique about this is that the main structural portion of the roof is actually a recycled steel pavilion that was donated by the Pittsfield YMCA. The pavilion was formerly located at the YMCA camp known as Ponterril. The camp has not been utilized for a number of years. This is the story of how the pavilion was salvaged and prepared for reuse on the project. Salco Construction was contracted to do removal of the roof and other wood structures. Before the steel structure that supports the roof could be removed, the bolts that secure the wood roof to the steel had to be burned off using an oxyacetylene torch. Then the wood structures around the pavilion were removed. Next, it was time to remove the wooden roof. The steel frame was finally ready to be removed. Maxymillian Technologies brought in a 200-ton crane to lift the entire frame off its supports. The initial plan was to raise the structure and place it on a pile of gravel that would support the center of the structure, making it easier for disassembly. That plan was soon scrapped when it was realized that the existing columns were almost the perfect height to support the center. The steel structure was raised back up and repositioned over one of the columns. A bracket was fabricated to go between the column and the steel structure for added support. The next phase was to disassemble the structure one beam at a time. The steel was loaded onto a truck and brought to East Coast Resurfacing for sandblasting and a new coat of paint. At East Coast Resurfacing, the steel was unloaded and staged for the next phase, sandblasting. When next we see this steel, it will be ready to be delivered to the construction site on Center Street.